on Eruvin, Perik Chet, Mishnah Yud Aleph. Last Mishnah in the 8th chapter of Eruvin. So we've learned before, let's go to this picture. We've learned before that if you have, 2 Mishnah to go, if you have a small chatzer that's less than 4 by 4 amot, you're not allowed to pour water out into the chatzer unless you make an uka, unless you make like a little drainage ditch. Because otherwise, you're just pouring water that's going to then drain into Rishut HaRabim. So our Mishnah is a continuation of that Mishnah. It says the Mishnah, V'chein shnei diyotaot, zo keneged zo. What's a diyota? Diyota are aliyot zo keneged zo. 2 like row houses, one connected to the other. V'chatzer pchuta me'arba amot lifneihem. And there's a chatzer that's less than arba amot in front of them. Sheshofchim ba meimem, that they pour water into. So basically, you have these 2 row houses that are leading into the same chatzer, but they're separate chatzerot, and they did not make an eruv one to the other. Miktsatan asu uka. So one side made an uka, made the drainage ditch. Miktsatan lo asu uka. And the other side did not make the drainage ditch. So says the Mishnah, Etcha asu uka mutarin. The side that made the drainage ditch, they can pour their water into the chatzer, because remember, since they made the ditch, therefore, they're going to, that allows them to pour water out. Ve'etchelo asu uka, the one that did not make the little indentation, you can't see my hand, Asurin, they are not allowed to pour water into the ditch. Let's look at the picture. Says here, it'll show you. This is the general image. You have 2 diyutaot, right? Row houses in a sense, okay? And they pour their water into the chatzer. One side made the uka, made the ditch, and one side did not. But both of them can pour, because otherwise it'll drain. So says the Mishnah, the side that made the ditch, they could pour their water out because it's going to drain into the ditch. The side that did not, cannot. Why can't they? There's a ditch anyway. There's a drainage area anyway, so it's not like they're pouring to the Rishut HaRabim. Says the Bartanura. Okay, Vetshelo asu uka asurin, they can't pour water. Kolzman shelo irvu, if they didn't make an eruv. Why? If you permit sharit, if you permit lahani, the people on the second side, using the uka, using the ditch of the first guys, atu la'afuke mane ima shofchim minabatim. They're not going to, it's gross. So here you just pour out and it goes right in the hole. But here if you pour out, remember we're usually talking about wastewater. You pour it, it would leak until over there. So they're not going to do that. They're going to use mane kalim. They're going to take their chamber pots and they're going to carry them out here, okay, and then pour them into the ditch. Okay? Atu la'afuke mani, they're going to take kalim, vessels, ima shofchim min abatim, with the wastewater from the house, ulahoridam lachatzer, behedya, and to bring them into the chatzer, into the courtyard, explicitly, ad svat ha'uka beragleim, they're going to walk it there. V'kametaltel b'chatzer shelo irvuba, they're carrying in a chatzer and they didn't make an eruv. So that's the point. The point is, since they didn't make an eruv, they're going to walk down the steps and then carry over here and then pour it in, because they don't want to pour it all the way. These guys could pour because it's very short. It just reminds, like when you read this, you realize, first of all, thank God for modern sewage, and secondly, they poured out their wastewater. The smells in the time of the Mishnah, even outside of the houses, must have been really terrible. What can you do? We'll stop here. If you have any comments or questions, as always, email me at arspolter@gmail.com, and we'll dedicate our learning to the memory of my father, Harav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman.